I never chose the music. The music chose me. And what do you mean, right?
Damn, that's deep as
But you know what I'm talking about. You like when music chooses you?
No.
Anyways, I was...
No.
You're just now dropping into the middle of a new Careful Boys episode. David So is in the house with us today.
Hey! It's fucking lit in here right now, dude.
What song is that?
You got it, man. Specific songs that changed our lives.
Part 2!
Motherfucker, bitch!
Let me tell you something, man. I fucking love music, dude.
Me too.
Hey, can we talk about that SZA album real quick, though?
That SZA album is fucking fire. That's like something that everybody has been waiting to drop for a hot second.
Forever.
Forever. And it was worth the fucking...
It was so good. So good.
It's so interesting, right? Because like with music now, if you guys do go to like live concerts and stuff, one of the biggest disappointments that I ever had was going to these live concerts and finding out that these motherfuckers can't sing.
Yeah.
Oh, who'd that happen with?
There's a lot of people like that. I don't
Like Jason Chen?
Jason Chen can actually sing really, really well. He just sings without soul. That fool sings like a fucking robot, dude. But like technically, he has some of the best breath control I've ever heard in my life. So if you look at his vocal tracks, all of his waves are even. Dang. So whenever he belts, whenever he like controls his voice, he can control it so fucking well, it's unreal. But it just sounds like there's no soul behind it. Did I drink too much?
I think it's because he might be singing because he's thinking about the AdSense.
You motherfucker.
This dude is so fucking Asian, dude. Like we'll record a track, goes, hey, I want to do a cover with you, right? Which I'm like, all right, just that guess, right? He goes, hey, can you do your runs and I'll copy your runs? And I'm like, you're the musician. I'm a comedian. You set the fucking music, dude. And this fool would just wait. Can you do it again for me so I can copy it? Like, how are you gonna cover a song and then cover my cover?
He's a professional coverer, dude.
Sweet little fucking.
All right, songs that changed our life. How about we start with an era so we all...
Era or theme?
Ooh, either.
Okay.
Just something that we can like all play in that realm because there's so many fucking realms.
Yeah.
Jams that you would always listen to in your car.
Okay, this is almost a whole album, but there's specific songs in it. Did you guys ever have the Street Jams CDs?
Oh, Street Jams!
I don't even know people know that shit.
It's like the best of fucking Power 106 music.
Africa Bambaataa, like Planet Rock. They had Play at Your Own Risk, Looking for the Perfect Beat. But yeah, Planet Rock.
Okay, Africa Bambaataa fucking changed my life still.
Yeah, I was trying to find these albums at the car washes for the longest time because by the time I was looking for them, they didn't even carry them in music stores because they weren't popular. So you had to get them at car washes. Like where the lowrider hits were.
Yeah.
Next to the girl bending over.
yeah, right. And then in there was so Planet Rock by Africa Bambaataa and Soul Sonic Force was to me what I thought b-boys listened to. So then I would literally absorb it like I was getting powers.
It wasn't Sip the Juice?
Yeah, and then my dad was so freaking sick of it because I would always put it when he would take me to school. It would be the thing playing like as if I had a show I was gonna do, and I was memorizing it for that. But no, it just drove him crazy because he was like, "This is so old."
You know what's interesting? Like for me in high school, the shit that I used to always bang in my car or bump in my car was always fucking Mac Dre.
Yeah, dude.
That is so NorCal.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, but by the time we were fucking doing that, it was like 4 years later. Then it hit SoCal because music wasn't.
Yeah,
global
it was
yet.
later. Yeah.
So it would always be fucking first. I do like this. I put a look on my face like I smell some piss. Bounce to the beat till it start to hurt. Then I dust off that smirk off my shirt.
Off me shirt.
I fucking love Mac Dre.
Was that before Ghost Riding?
No, that was why Ghost Riding was happening.
Oh, it was. I mean,
people were doing
the song Ghost Riding.
Exactly. People were doing it before it was like a Bay Area type of thing, but then it became really popularized after. Then it got on the news because people were crashing cars all over the place.
Yeah.
But
Mac Dre was a catalyst.
Bro, it was so weird because when I first listened to Mac Dre, and there was like Andre Nicotino, there was Keek the Sneak, there was all these people. I
don't understand what he's saying.
I know. That's so good. But I never.
It's like E40.
Yeah. I've never.
He's gonna get claimed for copyright.
I know.
He's like, that's me. I know it.
But I
do
never
that.
really fucked with it because they always had like these janky ass Casio fucking keyboard fucking synths and shit.
For the tracks.
Because it was like, oh, this ain't fucking real hip hop. But then for some reason it was so fucking catchy.
That's what made it though, dude.
I know.
It's like the Pac and Vans.
Yeah, so good.
That shit has like 2 notes.
But it was a deep bass.
I used to crack the fuck up because there was this, I'm not gonna say her name, but she was so fucking dumb. And I remember they had that song called Go Stupid, right?
Yeah.
So STUPID, when we go to the club, we don't need ID. Everywhere we go, it's a party, y'all. We gonna get it cracking like a Mardi Gras, right? So we were at this club, and this girl's so fucking dumb, she didn't know how to spell stupid. So she goes, SPUPIP.
SPUPIP.
Bro,
Trailing off, dude.
bro, I paused, I looked and I was like,
Trying to hide her lips.
I was like, wait, what'd you say? Oh, she was like, I spelled it. And I was like, no, spell it right now, right? And she's like, what you fucking need? I'm
The
like,
DJ cuts the music. Yeah, spell it.
hey, yo, club, hold on, turn on the lights, turn on the lights. Bitch, what you say? S-P-U-P. Bro.
Why you gotta do it like that, bro?
What is stupid? You are stupid, dude.
My first introduction to any of this shit, so like I lived in a cul-de-sac, right? And then my brothers and cousins went over to the neighbor's house and they would break dance in the garage. Yeah. So my first time just witnessing that shit, and then there was this one track, it was Paperboy the Diddy. When that shit came out, I was like, what is this song? And then my cousin got me like a little, or the neighbor, someone got me a cassette tape of that song. And I fucking obsessively played that motherfucker non-stop. And that was my first like fall in love jam.
Well, the strange thing about that song is that it was a word of mouth track because they didn't play that on the radio.
Oh, really?
At the time, yeah.
Damn.
Not when it was like.
But I had the cassette.
Yeah, that's why you were lucky because you just didn't hear it.
Yeah, and I just over and over and over and over. And then the other one was Warren G and Nate Dogg. Regulators! It was a clear deck.
Yeah, bro.
And then those came in singles. So there was that in like a B-side or something. But that was it. You had one song, and you listened to that one song, and you played it over and over for like 10 hours straight till your whole house was annoyed of it.
You couldn't play songs out back then.
No.
Well, that's the hard part about music now is that, you know, now it's about, it's anything in news in general, right? Before you really sit there and you get to realize, or like music, like when people create a fucking album, right? There's so much thought put into it. Yeah. From the first track all the way to the end. Nowadays, like somebody will review an album after a fucking like 3 hours. It's like, how?
Yeah. They just want to be the first one to like write about the column.
You didn't sit with this album before. They would give these people to people who would have to review it, right? They would sit with it for like a month or 2 weeks.
Because it changes. It changes. The
right?
first week you listen to it, you're like, okay, whatever, blah, blah. And then about the last week, you're like, oh my God.
Bro, I used to not like John Legend's album Revolver because he's flipped his sound a little bit. And John Legend is like one of my biggest influences whatsoever, right? And I didn't like it. And then one day, my friend called me out. He goes, "Did you listen to the album from the beginning to the end?" I was like, "Nah, I heard a couple. I hate it." He goes, "Well, fucking go back and listen to it, right?" I listened it, sat in my car, listened to the beginning to the end when I was driving from NorCal to SoCal, and I fucking fell in love with the album because I didn't give it a fucking chance. And so, like, the way that people consume content and music is really disappointing because they don't understand like how much effort an artist puts in their album, right? You'll see now where my buddy Sue, she's a rapper. He was talking about he went to this one guy his song blew up on TikTok, right? And he had a concert, it was packed out. So these kids are arms crossed, talking while he's performing his music until the TikTok song comes on. And then they're paying attention. He plays another song and they're just like this talking through his whole set.
Damn.
And the guy was fed up. He's like, yo, fuck this shit, dude. But that's how people are consuming music. Like when we talk about our love for music, like we had to sit there with these songs for a long time, right?
They don't consume it like we did, because back then an LP, right, a full-on album was a journey from intro to the end. That's why you had these stupid tracks or skits in between that made sense when you connect all the songs together.
Eminem did that shit for me.
Oh, those skits in between.
Stan?
That was my album. Yeah, Marshall Mathers LP.
Yeah.
I remember fucking just listening to that shit. And just being like, what is this skit? And then obviously at that time too, you're like listening to the craziest skits because it's Eminem. So you're like, this motherfucker tying somebody, bagging them in the car? Like, what the fuck is he doing? You know what I mean? But that was that was the shit back then. I remember just loving every fucking hate.
Where you go by sequence and you enjoyed that sequence. Yeah.
I know the song I want to play when I fucking die, dude.
What is it?
What?
Fucking Tupac, dude. Life, dude. How many brothers fell victim to the streets?
Rest in peace.
N-word.
Yeah. I was like, rest in peace.
You're a victim to these streets.
As I build through the empty halls, breast speaking in my drawers.
Funny story, when me and Hawk went skydiving in Hawaii and they make you a video of your skydive, they put that as his song on his skydive.
Why? No way.
And he doesn't know, we don't know why.
What the fuck? Why would you do that on a skydive?
Thought the British guy was gonna die. Oh no!
Life goes on.
Nah, there's like, I don't know,
That's
music,
a tight-ass song.
it's weird, right? Because like, I'll get a lot of comments now, like specifically on the Patreon. I was like, hey, can you do a tutorial about like how to sing properly or whatever, right? The hardest part about people that they don't understand, like singing is so fucking complicated, right? Specifically, like when you'll really start to understand if anybody wants to do music out there, singing like casually, like in a bathroom where there's a lot of reverb covers up a lot of your mistakes. When you record on a mic, all your mistakes are so apparent it eats at you, right?
Staring back at you.
So nowadays,
Which is why everybody sings in the shower.
exactly. So you have autotune and melodyne. The one thing that you can't stray away from is live performances.
Yeah.
And then you hear it, and it's the worst experience ever, because you can be a producer can make you great, but it doesn't make you a great performer. It doesn't mean that you could really sing well.
That's why I like acoustic performances a lot.
Yeah, man, and like that's like as raw as it fucking. There are certain songs.
I've been liking all the Tiny Desk ones.
Dude, they're so good.
Those are so
T-Pain's
cool.
Tiny Desk.
That's a rite of passage. It's like if you survive that, you're legit.
Dude,
So
Mac
good.
Miller's Tiny Desk. Every time I watch it.
raw.
Oh, man, you're
Hey, you want to hear though?
Watch this.
No, but like one of the things too, like I think a lot of like people don't understand is like when you sing, like singing is so complicated to the point where you have to understand what you're singing in order to make it sound really good.
And do you feel it?
No, that is a really big thing.
That's a big thing. It's a story that you tell.
One of the best advices that I ever had when I was like first recording music is that they're like, okay, what is the emotion that you're trying to portray when you sing, right? And there's a lot of like stuff that comes after that with like breath control, right? So for example, if there's a lot of people who can hold a note, but they don't know how to put the emphasis and the emotions in the right place, right? So you can be in key, which is perfectly fine, but how are you singing it and how are people gonna feel
Yeah,
it?
Jason Chen, you robot.
He can't even defend himself.
Here's a great cover that a lot of people cover, even like young people, right? Like a lot of Music Soul Child songs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, he's too good.
Music Soul Child songs are actually very, very hard to cover. And they don't, and I notice it every time they cover it, people are always a little bit off key because his stuff is very, very complicated. Like what's a typical Music Soul Child song?
Love. Oh, that's another one.
Because that key change, right? Or even something like Just Friends, right? Yeah. Right. So how does Just Friends start? What's the beginning? So, girl, I know this might seem strange, but let me know if I'm out of order for stepping to you this way. See, I've been watching you for a while. So that.
You hear that?
No, go ahead, take it.
Right, so
He was harmonizing with you.
that's actually very, very. I guarantee you hear anybody cover that song, they're always they're off a few notes every time because they don't realize how complicated it is. He's always shifting keys. Girl, I've been watching you for a while. That's fucking hard to do that live, right?
Yeah.
And while you're dancing,
It's like, and getting it right.
yeah.
Like, dude, that you're not in your head.
And then when you hear the song "Love," even harder because there's this crazy key
Love
change
is rough,
at the end. I've been trying to cover that song forever.
But guaranteed every Filipino out there thinks they can cover it.
Yes, and it makes my ears fucking bleed at the end because that last key change.
Because I keep saying lab.
Lab is so many things. Lab? Isn't that a Thai dish?
Larb.
Larb.
Dang, dude. What was? Go ahead, sing.
No, that was. I got it. That was it.
You look like you're just aching to come out.
I gotta give it the other shout out though, because I did mention Marshall Mathers LP. I gotta say Chronic 2001 was.
Oh, that's undisputedly like, yeah, that's massive.
He took a big hiatus.
We was talking about like albums you listen to in the car. I feel like in the car, Chronic 2001 for me was just like,
that one was pretty
so
crazy.
fun, dude.
That's the nowadays everybody want to talk about that.
Yeah,
That was a
dude.
Got it. That's it.
The Vietnamese version. Now they everybody want to talk everybody so like.
That's a Sup Doc remix.
Sup, dog?
I do remember when Doggy Style came out for Snoop Dogg, and then it was, you know, I never listened to that shit with my parents, but my friends' parents, they were young. So when and then they had subwoofers and shit, and then we would go to the beach, and then his dad had like this Cutlass with fucking rims and shit, so it was like kind of like gangsta. And then he leaned his chair back. We're all kids in the back seat holding our towels, like the fucking car's rattling, and I'm like, this is fucking.
Who is that guy? Who is that guy?
My friend's parents.
No, he's like a really cool guy,
Did
dude.
he go, hey, you ever get your shit pushed in?
Oh, your shit pushed in.
No, but his dad, it's funny because
His mom's black, right? And it's a mixed relationship. His dad is white, and he looks like the geekiest white guy. Like socks to his knees, kind of like geeky white guy. And he used to work in some kind of film stuff. Like we used to pick him. I remember his mom would like, we would go pick up at like Fox Studios and all these different studios. So I knew it was like TV related. But then
So they was hip.
they were cool. Yeah,
that
they
is
were young.
cool.
But
This
they
is
didn't
hip hop.
Yeah. This is hip hop, you know? But it was just like, man, we're going to the beach. We got this song, and then like we have the windows rolled down, and I was like, this is so cool. I wish I was part of your family, man. My parents are whack. They're doing opera shit.
Even though they're musicians.
Yeah, they're the actual musicians. And shit.
What
They should have respect.
what one song changed your life?
Changed it, huh?
Changed your life.
Changed it. One songs.
Damn, that's a crazy one.
Cause I got a song. I got a song that I bet you Ryan can guess for mine.
Can you guess, Ryan?
Changed your life?
Yeah.
I got one.
Yeah. Daft Punk.
Which one?
Really? Around the world?
You know what's funny? That's an honorable mention. That's not the one I was thinking.
All right, is Ed Sheeran Icy Fire?
That's the one I was thinking about. Yeah.
Wait, why that one?
The hell, why?
How does that one go?
Okay, let me give you the origins. Yeah, that one's like, ooh, I see fire. And it was the end of The Hobbit. I'll tell you where it came from. What most people know me for. I choreographed to it. We ended up doing it as the last performance on ABDC. It just had like a notoriety in that space. What it really like, I always tell people who are like fans of my dance and stuff like that they're always like, where do you get your music? Blah blah blah. How do you choose music? And I'm like, the best routines I've ever created, the best anything, I never chose the music. The music chose me. And they're like, what the fuck you mean, right?
Damn, that's deep as fuck.
But you know what I'm talking about. You like when music chooses you.
No.
Anyways, I was
No. I know a song that chose me in high school, Ambitions as a Rider. Like that?
Ooh, that's on fire.
that makes sense for you though.
Like that?
So I was I was in
Let It Burn is his song.
I was living in Alhambra at the time. I was right next to the fucking Alhambra fucking movie theater and shit like that. And The Hobbit Desolation of Smaug, the second one, had come out, right? And me and my boy Rob, we were like, hey dude, he was like, hey, you wanna take some shrooms? And I was like, okay. So we took some shrooms. Hey, you wanna go watch The Hobbit? It's like, okay. All right, there's something terribly stupid about doing that, okay? Because in The Hobbit Desolation of Smaug, number one, the whole ending sequence is a giant fucking dragon that's fucking chasing the Hobbit, you know what I mean? And this like dungeons blowing off. Like when you're on shrooms, usually you want to be like happy and chill.
Oh, it's gonna.
You're not trying to see a fucking dragon like coming at you. So I'm like sitting there. We probably have 30 minutes of anxiety that like nobody signed up for.
Hey, these guys really love it, honey.
Sometimes to me, the power in some like shrooms is like the aftermath. There's like a euphoria when like the anxiety goes away. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, right? And so this whole final climactic sequence of this dragon is like fucking destroying everything about our lives, and then it like blacks out to the credits, right? And it blacks out, so you're just like, because you know how like it's the second of 3 movies, so it kind of like cliffhanger, right?
Okay, gotcha.
And then out of nowhere, Ed Sheeran's voice is like, oh, Misty Isle. And it's fucking beautiful.
Ooh, it starts with that part.
It starts right there at the credits. And I shit you not, again, when you're on,
You just got up and started. Woo!
bro, this music, this song comes on, and it's so overwhelmingly the opposite feeling, but at the same level of tension.
Yeah.
That's tight.
I fucking like started like tearing up.
Would you have felt the same without the shrooms?
I think I would have known for sure that I was beautiful as fuck, but god damn, on the shrooms, you're like, yeah, the catharsis was like 100x. And then I remember, and it wasn't like, yo, I got to choreograph to this. It was just more like, oh my god, this song just saved me. Because I was in such fucking like a darker place, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, it just stuck with me. I could not let go of it.
Like you're like, I have to choreograph to this song.
I just created to it after the fact because it was stuck with me. It was like the song found me to save me in that moment.
Holy shit.
And a lot of people don't know that, but because and fans of me, they're like, that's like, it's like what he's saying, right? Like you can sing and hit a key to something, but like, do you have the soul in it?
Yeah.
And like that song gave me my fucking soul back.
No, there's like that's true though. That emotion part is so important, right? And people can feel it. It's something like that's not very tangible. People just know it, right? So like, even when people try to sing R&B, there's always a stark difference when somebody has so much soul and somebody's just singing notes, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
Because I need to fucking feel like they're trying to fuck.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I can feel the romance. Oh, I can feel that energy. Now I want to kiss her.
It's not lyrics because you're trying to make money off of that because you know it's in. It's like you wrote that because it came from a real ass place and there's something
you were so
magical
thirsty.
about that.
So but when Boyz II Men did Can You Stand the Rain, right? It legit sounds like they're crying throughout that whole song. That was my breakup song, bro. That shit right there. The Can You Stand the Rain? Right, when that she came out, I was like, bro, I can't stand the rain, dog. It should be hitting me hard, dog.
I thought you was talking about Missy Elliott earlier.
No, I know you're
Beep, beep. Who's got the keys to the Jeep?
I can't stand
I was like, that was your breakup song?
Yeah, that shit right there got me fucking hard, dude. In 2 different ways, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Mine was Rage Against the Machine, Know Your Enemy.
That was your breakup song?
No, that changes that. Okay. How did that change your life?
Because there's a line in that song that says, like, they talk about teachers and all these stuff, right? And they go, they are the ones that teach you to fight you. And that was such a confusing thing. I had to pull out the jacket. And I was like reading it and I was like, teach me to fight me or whatever. And then also they're talking about big words. Like in 9th grade, I didn't know what assimilation was. I don't know what, they yell that out at the end of the song. They'd be like, assimilation, whatever. And I'm like, man, this is a dope beat, but I don't know what these words are. I'm stupid. And then when I started looking into it, I'm like, oh fuck, this is crazy about brainwashing, how government, propaganda, what the word propaganda means, all that stuff. And then just digging into it was like, everything's a fucking lie.
Oh shit, that did change his life then.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I can see that then.
Yeah, right? Oh shit.
Still changing.
This motherfucker, assimilation. Assimilation changed his life.
Dude, mine is Jill Scott, Golden.
That's a great.
I don't know what it is about that song,
Get outta here.
but anytime I hear that
beautiful
song, I'm like, dude, this is the energy I need to be on. Bro.
Which one is that?
Living my life.
Living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden.
I love that song.
Yeah.
It didn't change my life, but I just feel.
I gotta say though, man, like not in a disrespectful way, man, but dude, man, that's pretty gay, man.
I know, and that's why I feel like I connect to it. That's kind of me. I feel like
I meant that in a positivity way. That's gay, bro.
I feel like a strong, powerful woman.
Is it gay that I loved the album beginning to end, Big Willie style?
Okay, no, because I did too.
But that doesn't help your case though at all.
Come on.
Okay, sorry, it is gay, but I did too.
I really
that's
love.
not gay. That's gay in a good way, man.
Yeah, but is it gay that I
Every
really
song
like?
that dude.
And gay is always in a good
Welcome
way.
to Miami.
Is it? Dude.
Is it gay that I like that song? It's Raining Man.
Yes.
That's way up there, bro.
No, because there's a chance that's symbolic of something cool.
It's raining man.
The way super gay.
Hallelujah, it's raining man.
Song that makes you cry. Song that made you cry out of happiness, not sadness.
Oh, dude, you know what? There's one. It's by Kai. Remember Kai?
Wow.
It's called Last to Know.
Oh my god, it's old school.
It was on the same like LP or EP that they had Say You'll Stay. Do you remember Sail Stay by Kai?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a very classic one. I just don't know your one.
Yeah, there was one. There was a like
Kai.
kind of like a B-side one called "Last to Know," and it literally is just about how like he's the last to know that his girl doesn't want to be with him no more. And I just imagined that was also me when I had my breakup, and I was like, "That's me too. I also was the last."
That's me too.
Dapping the CD player.
You get me, dude.
Yeah, dude.
And just skipping.
Right. Anything that really...
He said happy tears.
Oh, that was not happy.
For Happy Tears,
Happy tears.
I guarantee you, if you guys listen to Queen, the Don't Stop Me Now, you'll be happy as a motherfucker. Cause I'm having a good time, having a good time.
That's your theme song.
What about you?
Happy tears. Unwritten, Natasha Bedingfield.
Isn't that like a culture shock thing?
Yeah, well, we always joke and laugh and sing it. Like we always sing it. We laugh about it.
How does that go?
Staring at the blank page
Before you open up the door.
The commercial.
We're gay, we're gay, we're gay, we're gay, we're gay.
Feel the cum on your